Good morning. Sorry. I'm just trying to bring this up on my tablet so if anybody comments, I'll be able to see. Just bear with me for 1 second. Okay. Okay. So we're live. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit more. Okay. There we go. So this is the cards we're going to be creating today. These are our 3 quick and cute cards. They're created using the host set. It's called Caroling Mice. This is in the January to December mini catalog, and you can earn this for free when you host a party, a workshop, party online or in person, or if you place a $150 order, you can choose this as your free hostess set. Okay. Again, and then for these cards, I brought in the Merry Christmas. Ignore my nail. One fell off yesterday. I have to make an appointment. Anyways, so I brought in the Christmas Scotty, the Merry Christmas that we're going to use on all 3 of these cards. Okay. Let me set the stamp sets out of the way and we can get started. So let's start with our red one here. I'm going to move these 2 out of the way. And we'll just put the red one up here a little bit out of the way. Okay. Seal and bone folder. Okay, so first up we're going to do, I'm going to turn this just a little. Sorry, I'm moving the camera just a little bit. I want to make sure you're getting, you can see it. There we go. See everything. Okay, so we're doing basic white card base. Oh, then we have cherry cobbler card front. All the measurements are on my blog today, and they're the downloadable project sheet that has all a picture of the card and then all the measurements for that card. Okay, so next up we're going to do, I did these 2 pieces of designer series paper. Sorry, I did not turn the volume off on my laptop. I need to have, make myself a list. This is what you need to do before you go live. Hi, Iona. Hi, Melinda. Thanks for joining me today. So I have the 2 pieces. This is the Light to Glow designer series paper. Okay, and like I said, the measurements are on my blog today for these the different papers. But then I'm going to take this piece and put it down here at the bottom like that. Okay, then this is a basic white square cut from the Stylish Shapes. They're my favorite dies right now. I use them all the time. Okay, we need the Christmas tree too. So first thing I'm going to do is stamp my little mouse in Memento Black. So this stamp set is, I'll make it work. This stamp set for sure is a one that is a lot of coloring. So if you don't like to color or use the blends, sorry if you hear the dog. Daddy's getting him. He's in a mood today. It's supposed to rain later, and there's just something about rain and storms that our baby just does not like. He hates the storms. Oh, I thought for sure I was going to get ink on me there. So the blends I'm using are Smoky Slate. Then I have both of the Soft Succulents. I have both Smoky Slates too, but I'm only using the light one. I tend to use the light colored ones, so just so you know. And then I'm using the Cherry Cobbler ones. Okay? Okay, I wanted to make sure, but that one looks like real red, but it's not. Okay, so like I said, I tend to use the light colored ones just because they're my favorite to color with. I don't know why. I just do. So this is the soft succulent. I'm gonna color my tree. I see that I made a mistake, like I pressed down too hard there. I'm just gonna add a rhinestone or something over that so that nobody will ever see it. It'll blend it in more. Okay. So all I'm doing is roughly coloring these. When we get to the bigger one, I may not color it if I just don't want the live to go forever. So have you started? So Iona or Melinda, have you guys started making your Christmas cards? I tend to. So I used to make one card for everybody on my list, and then I would get so bored with making it that I never wanted to finish my Christmas cards. So when I became a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I decided that I was not going to do that. You have not started, Iona? Oh. So I make Christmas, like all these Christmas cards you see me making for this event, for different projects on my blog. They all go, I have a box. It's an Erin Condren box because we all know I'm a planner junkie. And I just throw all my Christmas cards in there as I've created them for lives or blog posts or whatever. And then, Melinda, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't like to wait till the last minute. I'm actually planning. So Ernie's having surgery on November 18th. They're just going in and replacing the battery and adding a third line to his pacemaker. It's supposed to be an in and out surgery. But I'm going to spend, he's going to be recovering during Thanksgiving and everything. So my plan is, while we're watching football and he's recovering, to be able to sit on the couch and do my Christmas cards. I want to be able to just put my Christmas cards together. So what I do with this, is all these Christmas cards, as I'm making them, I throw them into a box until, I throw them in a box. Then when I get ready, I'll go back, I'll take a day and I'll go back and I'll stamp all the insides with what I want them to, the greeting that I picked. So there is a really awesome greeting. I'll show it to you in just one second. I'm just taking the backs off these dimensionals so I can add this to my card. Okay, so this is called Very Best Occasions. And I love this. It says, with a little more sparkle and a little less stress, let's make this Christmas the very best. And this one is cute too. May your days be happy, your heart be light, your Christmas be merry, and your new year bright. So both of these, I will use these for the insides of my Christmas cards. So I will stamp the inside of my Christmas cards with them. Let me pull in my rhinestone so I can fix this boo-boo. And then no one will be the wiser. Ugh. Can you hear my voice? I'm sorry. I'm just adding a couple rhinestones in a pattern of 3 right here. Just like that. And that will cover up my mistake. Okay? So that's card 1. Set it to the side and we'll start with the next one. My desk is covered in stuff. Okay, so card number 2 is this one. So this one uses ribbon, and this ribbon I'm pretty sure might be retired. But if I save all my ribbon, as long as the color is current, I save that ribbon. So before I attach my green piece, what I'm going to do is attach my designer series paper. Okay, and I want it to be toward the left. Okay, then I'm going to come back and attach. All I'm doing is putting my adhesive on the back, but I'm going to take a piece of ribbon and I just attach it to the back here and roll it down like this on the seam, and then push it down into my adhesive that I've used to glue this down anyways. Okay, so just like that. Then I bring in another piece and slide it under and I tie my knot. I prefer to do my bows like this. It just works better for me. Now I'm going to grab my ribbon scissors and trim this. Melinda, how many Iona, how many Christmas cards do you make a year? Like, do you have a set number that you do? Okay, I need to get my spray and clean my Merry Christmas real quick. Okay. So we're going to stamp Merry Christmas first, and it's in Cherry Cobbler. My son asked me yesterday, I told him, I tend to send it very few, or I mass produce some in November. Oh yeah, but just because I know what's coming up with the surgery and stuff, I decided to get an early start. Plus I've been creating for my blog and for my Facebook Lives and stuff. So I have a good stack of Christmas cards already. Okay, so now I'm going to stamp the mouse above it. And then we're just going to color him again using our blends. Okay, I'm going to bring in the light. I'm going to change this up just a little bit. I'm going to color with the light evening evergreen. I'm going to color his hat. Maybe if I can get it open. So I sent my son in the other day to get a book of stamps. And I was like, hey, go ahead and get mom a book of stamps. I said, if they have Christmas, get 3 books. If they don't, just get 1. And he's like, okay. So he comes out and he's like, they don't have Christmas stamps yet. It's not even Halloween. And I'm like, okay, but they do get them in. He's like, yeah, the guy said they'll be here next Friday. And I was like, okay, so I'll just put it on my list to get next Friday. And he said, can I ask why you only wanted 1 book of stamps, but you want 3 if they have Christmas? And I said, yeah, I said, I always start buying in October, and I'll buy a couple extra books in October and November, and then I have enough to do all my Christmas cards. Because you have to, so he's like, really, Mom, you send that many Christmas cards? And I said, yeah, Zach, I really do. You have to remember, come from a family of 8. And my husband, Ernie, he comes from a family of 9. So we both lost some siblings and stuff, but we have a lot of friends, Cooniner friends and friends that I like to send cards to. And then I send cards to all my customers in my downline. So it tends to be a lot of cards. But the one thing I like about the way I started doing cards now is just using the ones I'm creating. Is I get to pick and choose. Like I go through when I get to the person, so I'll address my envelopes, and then when I sit down to do the cards, I have my envelopes addressed and my box of cards ready to go, and I will say, oh, they have a little kid, so I want to do a Santa Claus card for them, and I'll search through. So this is card 2. I'll go through and I'll be like finding that a card, like I pick cards based on who I'm sending them to. Our card is in shop. Oh my God, Iona, that is ridiculous. A lot. My nephew-in-law hit a raccoon this morning, and they're dealing with car damage too. But that's a lot. Is their other person's insurance going to cover any of it? Okay, so this one we're doing Evening Evergreen. And we are just going card base. And then we have another piece of the Lights Aglow Designer Series paper. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, this paper is so pretty. I didn't buy the stamp sets because there's so many. You just have to pick and choose what you're going to buy. I did not purchase the stamp sets that go with this paper. I know that's good. At least you're not going to get stuck with that hefty bill. $16,000. That's a lot. I'm glad that they had insurance and is going to cover it. Okay, So next up, we're going to bring in a big image and our light post. And we're going to ink them up. I'm going to start with the light post. Okay. And I'm going to ink it up. And I want it as close, see, I'll show you. So I want it as close to the stitch. This is from the Scallop Contour Design dies. And I want it to get as close to that as I can to leave room for my 3 mice. I'm going to ink this up really good. And then, can you hear them? I hope you can't hear them. Hopefully it's just me that can hear them. Jack knows it's going to storm, and I don't know how. I've never seen a dog like that, but he can tell when it's going to storm, and he doesn't like it, and he fusses. Well, Daddy's getting ready to go outside, and Mom is working. So when you have to crate him if nobody's in there with him, because he gets into everything. And so I told Ernie, I said, just put him in his crate when you go outside, and then I'll let him out when I'm done working. And he's like, okay. And then, so that's what's going on. They're not seeing eye to eye today. So I'm using the same ink colors all the way through. Just because I'm just going to pick one color and start coloring. So if I was going to make a bunch of these, I would stamp them all out and then just sit like, in my office, I will put a movie on Netflix and I will listen to it while I color. I prefer it, or I'll turn the music on. I have the iHeartRadio app, and I like to have background noise while I create and stuff. So did you guys see that they Stampin' Up updated the clearance rack today? I have not. I mean, I seen it was updated, but I haven't ordered anything yet. I want to go in and see what all's there, and all I seen was that it was updated, and there's some really cute stuff from last year's mini that on there. I had a customer already order. She's like, the Whimsical Christmas, it was the paper we had last year that had pink in it. And she messaged me. She's like, oh, I have to have that. It's only $6. And I'm like, okay, maybe I need to go check and see what's on there. I have a couple of crafters in my family, and I need to purchase. I have not. Well, I should watch the Hallmark. I do everything in my office, and I don't have a TV in here. So I tend to do Netflix because it's on my laptop and on my tablet. So I will just turn on the Netflix, and I'm binge watching right now NCIS. I love that show. And so I have one season left to watch. And then I'm going to be looking for something else to binge watch. But I like to just put it on and listen and watch while I work. I should really do Audible because I love a good book. But, and I used to, like when I would drive and was taking my son back and forth to school, when he was in school, I would get audiobooks and listen to them in the car. But I haven't listened. I used to get them from the library, and I would listen to them in the car. And then I just don't anymore. And I'm like, I really need to get back into listening to books. I mean, I read a ton. I have my the Kindle app on my phone, and I have Kindle Unlimited. It's my guilty pleasure. I like the Hallmark Christmas movies too, but I don't know if they have an app where you can watch them. To where I could just download the app and watch the Hallmark Christmas movies. When I'm in the if I'm watching TV with my husband, it's always with my husband, and then it's all sports all the time. He is a little bit of a sports junkie. He doesn't care what sport it is. Football season is just it's in full swing. And yesterday I said, when does the Big Ten basketball start? I'm like, really? Could we get through some football first? So it starts in November, so he's a happy camper. He'll be able to have a month or so of both. But he does love him some sports. So for this one, I'm just using Seal to put this down. And then I'm going to come back and put the Merry Christmas on with dimensionals. Okay. And there's just put it up here with dimensionals. Then we bring in the other 2 cards that we did. So these are the 3 quick and cute cards for today. And they're using the Caroling Mice stamp set. And you can there's a downloadable project sheet on my blog today. It's already live, so you can see that. And I will post this video to YouTube if you want to go back and watch it again. Thanks for joining me today.